Hello and welcome back to another live stream. And today's choice of Scientology locations is once again the Valley Org. Why'd I pick the Valley Org today? Because I was in the Valley and I drove by and I saw a really empty parking lot. And that always excites me. Nothing more exciting, nothing more exciting than seeing a Scientology parking lot completely devoid of cars. Now, hi Northern Ireland. Awesome. I was just driving around watching Pearl Snappy, and I am so excited about her work in Austin. I could make some very crude jokes about snuffing out this org before it ever gets a chance to be born. But I guess that's the most I will do. So, one of the lies, not the major first lie of Scientology, but one of the lies is fastest growing religion on earth. Yeah. Right. Looks pretty happening, right? Oh, but then again, they have a parking lot across the street, across a big, busy 4-whatever-lane street. They must be there, right? Oh, no, they're not. So, I was just pondering how much lying goes on in Scientology and how normal it is for them to just tell any old lie. And I thought, what's funny? It all really starts with a lie. The whole Scientology project starts with a huge lie. Let me show you the lie. There's the symbol and there's the name. So the symbol would indicate to you, oh, this is some kind of Christian sect. I can't keep track of all these different Christian religions, all these different forms of Protestantism and whatever. It must be one of those. I mean, they have a cross, right? And then it must be really scientific, because not only is it science, but it's science, the study of science, right? Scientology. So are they studying science in here? Not doing science, studying science, studying the very essence, asking the big questions like, what is science? What constitutes science? Is that what they're doing in here? I kind of think they might not be doing that. What do you guys think? And here we have the nice sign from, well, I would guess probably the 70s. Not very updated looking. Signs can go bad here in the California sun. And this one is a prime example. Scientologists talk shit. Yes, they do. So the first lie of Scientology is right there in the name. And yeah, you can barely make it out. It's so funny, for a religion that's thriving so much, There you go. There's the thriving. Exhibit A for thriving. Exhibit A for fastest growing religion in the world. I know this isn't prime time, but for the fastest growing religion in the world, you would think this place would be very busy, be a very active locale. So, yeah, the funny thing is, behind all the lies, they do have a philosophy. They do have a rationale for all their lying. And yeah, I understand a lot of different symbols can be a lot of different things. But for Scientology, the cross is a lie. And I think they say it's like the 8 dynamics that, it doesn't have anything to do. Yeah, mold in my fridge growing faster than Scientology. Yeah, I bet Vegas is even more empty, I would assume. Who has money left over for Scientology if you're in Vegas? Maybe people that live there, who knows. But anyway, it starts off with the lie, and the lie is in that cross. And remember, with the Super Bowl commercials, they only buy the local ads to make it look like they're more relevant, because everybody just assumes that they bought a national ad. So yeah, it's like they start off with the cross, because knowing that a huge percentage of people in the Western world consider themselves Christian, even if it's kind of like they don't really go to church, they're not really religious, but if you ask them what their religion is and they don't say atheist, they'll probably be like, yeah, I'm kind of Christian, or I grew up this or that, So, basically a cross makes them feel like, yeah, it's kind of, it's something I know about. It's something I'm comfortable with. And so, and then they tell you, well, Scientology doesn't go against any religion. Scientology welcomes all faiths. It's a religion, but you could be another religion. But that's bullshit. You cannot be another religion. That was from Crowley. Interesting. Okay. That makes sense. I believe that. So they start off with that, and then they say it's the modern science of mental health. Okay, so what is a science then? A science is something, I haven't word cleared it or anything, but a science is kind of something where you have a hypothesis and you do experiments and you figure out whether your hypothesis holds or not, right? But all this, there weren't a bunch of scientific experiments done here, except on how to get people's money. I guess that's a science experiment. But so they basically, they call it a science, and even beyond science, Scientology. I guess if it's really the study of science, it should be called Scienceology. But it's right, there's supposed to be evidence, and there's supposed to be an ability to disprove the hypothesis. If you don't have any potential of disproving your hypothesis, then you are not doing science. And if you close the books on disproving the hypothesis, you are also not doing science, are you? It's like, if Einstein discovers E equals mc squared, it's not like after a certain amount of time it gets grandfathered in, and that's just the fact. No matter what, nobody gets to ever disprove it, right? Am I right or am I right? No. If anybody can come like 10,000 years from now, if it would take that long, and say, oh, I just figured out Einstein was full of shit. E equals MC cubed or whatever. Or it's some totally different thing. I'm sure it's not cubed because they would have figured that shit out by now. But, and how many people in the world could even tell you what the hell E equals MC squared is talking about? Everybody, oh yeah, Einstein, he's a genius. E equals MC squared. Yeah, so what does E mean? What does M mean? What does C mean? I know some of you nerds out there know the whole damn thing and can make 1,000 calculations that build on it and whatever. But most of us, it's like, yeah, Einstein equals MC squared. And that's the end of my knowledge on Einstein right there. So they build it on a lie. It starts off with, it's kind of, they're not saying they're Christian, right? L. Ron Hubbard's birthday. Well, that's going to be a big celebration out here on the streets of LA for sure. The world's biggest religion. The founder having a birthday. I mean, how much more important could it get? And the E is for Einstein. That's like Scientology level knowledge. I love it, man. The E equals elephant equals monkeys and chimpanzees squared. That's what it is. So, first thing is, just think how many people are bullshitted by that cross alone. Not so much today because people know the deal, but not as many people as we who consume this content might think. Yeah, click that like button. That's right. That's a good initiative. And the subscribe button if you have not subscribed. I'm just a few away from 2,000, so let's make it happen on this live stream. That would be nice. Yeah, well, Little Davey's supposed to be in Austin on the 24th. Anybody anywhere near Austin, Texas, get your butt out there. And let's make sure there's more of us than there are of them, because they're going to be bussing them in. Oh, did you guys see the Scientology song that I posted yesterday? I posted it on this channel, and I went on, oh my God, now I'm spacing on the damn app. But anyway, I'll think of it. It's yeah, whatever. It is, hi, Wales, what's up, Keith? Or do you say Keith? Do you say it with an F? So oh, there's somebody looking at me. Does that mean Scientologist? Usually when they kind of stare at you like that. Anyway, on the song, I put where I got it from. It's something AI. But anyway, you just write like a little description of the song and what style you want the song to be done in. And you press a button and it gives you a little song, like a 1 minute of it. And then you can use more credits and lengthen the song out. But it's really fun. It's like I got the $10 a month package and it's just like you just make up all kinds of crap about everybody, just kind of write down a little bit of their life story in the thing, and then tell what kind of song you want, and you get a song. And sometimes they're not bad. Sometimes they're pretty good. Thank you for subscribing. Yes, lucky you don't have Scientology in Wales, but I know the Welsh would definitely know how to regulate the situation, almost as much as the Scottish, you know, to, you know, things that they don't like happening on their turf. So I don't think Scientology would do too well there, because these are not the type of people to keep quiet and be super polite about things that piss them off, in my experience. And any nation that sings that well is not really going to be into the uptightness of a cult like Scientology. So a couple months ago, I saw an interview with Richard Burton from, like, you know, the 70s or late 60s or whatever, and he was talking about growing up in Wales, speaking Welsh, and his whole dream was to be a coal miner, because that's what all the men did in his town. And it was really fascinating, his story. It was like on Dick Cavett. Look up on YouTube, Dick Cavett, Richard Burton interview. It was cool. But yeah, these people are obviously taking over the world with their awesomeness, their superiority. You know, it's quite impressive. Very impressive. Oh no, the security cameras in use sign is ripped. How long will it take them to get a new one? Well, judging by that other sign, that might be ripped for a while, and it's probably been ripped. Probably since the 80s would be my estimation. But, yeah, so, for example, another lie of Scientology is denying Xenu. Now remember, everything is okay in Scientology if you can say that it's for the greatest good. That's what you say. Oh, they got music on just for little old me? Oh my God, can you believe it? They're already putting music on just for me. That makes me feel very special. But the thing is, I'll just stay far enough away from the music, because they don't have music in their empty parking lot. And, you know, there was a leaked email where they were gloating about how they're shutting down all the channels. It's almost over. We got them, you know, we basically got them all by now. And it was quite inaccurate, actually. Nobody's channel has been shut down. There have been some copyright strikes, and I don't believe those copyright strikes have been upheld, because if they were upheld, is there a flag somewhere? I don't know. Let's look around. I'm going to go to the rear. But, you know, the copyright strikes, apparently what it is they have to show that they have started a lawsuit, like they filed a lawsuit against you within 10 days if you dispute the copyright claim. Okay, nothing there. Yeah, I don't know if there's a flag. I'll see. Sorry, I'm getting glare. Oh, flag. Oh, yeah, I get you. I thought you meant like, right, flag. Well, I guess there's a flag something over, as part of Big Blue. Nice. Cult of Scientology. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Channels are starting up left and right for sure. And I'm happy about that. Very happy. One thing about this group of people doing this Scientology work is I have seen zero vibe of competition, of jealousy. It's a very supportive group of people that really want, like, we realize this is a story that has pretty unlimited potential. I mean, when you talk about like human interest, whatever, it's a fascinating thing, and not everybody really knows about it yet. But this whole thing of cults and mind control and all of that, I mean, there's been so many movies made about that kind of stuff that it's not only a Scientology thing. It's like people are interested in how that can happen, just like people are interested in how could the Nazis happen, right? How could that even happen? Like all the things that have to happen for a whole society to go that crazy. I'm sure if there's any science in Scientology, there's probably a little bit of studying. Hey, how'd Hitler do that? I want to learn from him. That probably did happen, I would bet. Above the back wall, sure. I'll go over there and do that. That's not a problem. Absolutely. It's gonna be boring. There's gonna be nothing there, I'm very sure. Hey, lovely birds. So yeah, the full glory, volunteer minister. Something can be done about it. Oh my God, that's such good news. The frog in the pot. Yep, exactly. You know, it was funny. Like a week ago or whatever, I was at Big Blue, and they had volunteer ministers there bringing food donations, and they were giving out food. And so I started asking something pretty innocuous. I mean, whatever, you can see it on my stream, but it was like, are you proud of Scientology, or just something like that. It wasn't any big attack. And these guys had on their volunteer minister jackets, whatever. And this one guy is just like, F you, get the F out of here, and what. And I wasn't quick enough at that moment to say, damn, that doesn't sound like preacher talk to me. Imagine being a minister and in public, on camera, dropping some F-bombs, But in Scientology, that's okay, especially if it's an SP situation. So we're going to go to the far end first and check it out. Actually, that was the live stream where the copyright violations happened, when they were having that event, and I believe it was like a Holocaust memorial kind of thing, where, oh, well, there are cars there. Okay, somebody knows more than I do. Yeah. There is actual not human habitation maybe, but Mormons, yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, they cuss more in Scientology than your average religion, shall we say. Definitely. It seems to be part of the deal. So how many cars do we have there? 3, 4. Do we have more than 4? Yeah, I always thought it was really funny seeing the Mormons in these other countries when I would travel, and I would just see one and be like, dude, come on, man. Like, I would see them and think, you guys aren't even able to partake in anything that this country is famous for. You go to France, Italy, you can't drink the wine, you can't drink the coffee, you can't get laid. Like, what's the point in being over in those countries if you can't do any of that? I guess they can eat the food, but, who knows? Like, what a waste. And then you go back and marry some other Mormon, and you stay safe in your little culty ways. But I bet you if I went to one of those Mormon tabernacles or whatever they call them, I bet you I could talk all kinds of shit. And they'd talk to me. No, they don't drink coffee. They don't drink coffee. They don't do caffeine, I believe. No caffeine. I don't think they can have Coca-Cola unless it's like caffeine free or something. I could be wrong about that. Maybe they make an exception for soft drinks. I don't know. But I don't think so. I don't think they can have caffeine, or I don't know if they can smoke. Can they smoke in Mormonism? That'd be funny if they can't have caffeine, but they could smoke cigarettes. No caffeine, no. So they get no coffee, no soda that contains caffeine, which is probably most of them. Yeah, preemptive headache. No hot drinks. Well, they could have hot drinks if there's no caffeine in it. I mean, they could have some herbal tea or something, I'm sure. They could, I can't believe they can't have any drinks that are warmed up, but I think it's about the caffeine only. But yeah, they're really afraid of that. I think you're wrong about that, about the hot drinks. I think it's more about the caffeine. I mean, but hey, I don't know. I'm not a Mormon. I mean, if they can't have hot drinks, what if they're eating soup? Can they pick up the bowl and then start drinking? Or would that then get them a place in hell? Hey, look, there's actual... Yeah, they are playing music there. And I am not really that afraid of it, but what I was going to do, and what I will do in the future, when I go by their music area, is that I will not do it as a live stream. When I'm live streaming, I just stay out of earshot, because it's mainly just about me talking shit anyway, and there's nothing really happening there. You saw it. Okay. Hey, I'm not claiming to overrule anybody about Mormonism. I know a lot more about Scientology than I do Mormonism. But then what I do want to know is my soup question. If you drink your soup, then is that considered a hot drink and you go to hell in Mormonism? I mean, if it's about hot drinks, then they probably would have a rule like you can only eat soup with a spoon, but if you lift the bowl up and drink it, that's a sin, So, I should have been a lawyer. I do have that kind of mind. I do look for loopholes and whatnot, Yeah. Well, people are insecure, Think about it as like most people, special church appointed spoon only. I love it. Most people are very insecure, and they're looking to others for for reassurance. And so that's why the whole Scientology recruitment scheme works so well. Damn, they're getting deliveries left and right here. I love this soup spoon dialogue. And now I forgot where I was. Whatever. But hold on. Can't see anything unless I'm in the shade here. Oh yeah, don't forget the soaking. Oh my God. It's like all these religions, why are they so focused on your sex life and dictating everything? And then you look at the leaders of religion and you cannot imagine them ever getting laid. And oh yeah, Mormon soaking is definitely a thing. And yeah, it's a shame. But no, I was talking about insecurity and like how people can be led in things like this. Most people are walking around the world. I mean, we all have insecurity issues from time to time. But the thing is, Scientology tries to get you at your low point. So your insecurity is going to be very heightened when you get to Scientology. And then they're going to love bomb you. And when they love bomb you, they're going to make you feel, oh, so special. And they have magic underwear too. Yeah, absolutely. And so they're going to love bomb you, and they're going to make you feel like you found your people. This is the way abusive relationships, narcissistic relationships work. They love bomb you so that you have a commitment to them and that you're excited. Like, you get that feeling of, oh my God, I found my people. This is amazing. These people get me. Like I come in a really goofy looking shirt, and people say, I love your shirt. And you come, with your hair's all messed up or you got a bad haircut, and they're like, that's the coolest haircut I've ever seen. And then, oh yeah, right. Yeah, the roommate jumps on the bed. What was the damn show I saw that in? There was some kind of, what was the show? There was some movie or some show where then the guy had the roommate come in and jump on the bed or something. Now they're playing it everywhere. They're getting aggressive with their Hallelujah Scientology vibes. That's very exciting. But the thing is, I could just go where they'll piss off the neighbors if it goes that loud. And plus, as you notice, my voice has kind of a booming quality to it. And so therefore, I can just make fun of that. And then we can let the neighbors think, why do they always play this shitty music for the whole thing? It's like, at least play some cool music. They used to actually play some cool music in Hollywood. Uh-oh, police helicopter. They're coming for me. I have disrespected the Elron. And police jet. So, yeah, they're working on people's insecurity and people's need to fit in. The cult people. I'm not that focused. I mean, we all love the soakers. They maintain a certain morality for the rest of us. It's a beautiful thing, and we need to give respect to the soakers. So, yeah, the thing is, that's the main question people have. It's like, well, why would people go for this shit? Why would people ever believe this shit? And the thing is, because they spoon feed you one thing at a time. And they make it really enticing in the beginning, and they lie. And when you find out that they lied, they just say, whatever. There's no big apology or anything. Oh, yes, I've heard of Landmark. I did the Landmark forum like 15 years ago or whatever. And I saw the cult programming from the first 5 minutes. It was ridiculous. I mean, it's like a lot of these things. They start off with some things that if you never have been interested in psychology, spirituality, personal growth, you haven't read any of those books or whatever, and you go to something like Landmark or Scientology or something like that. Yes, I did. I did 2 days of it, and that was it. And I had a bunch of friends that were doing it, and I did. But it was a long time ago. It was a lot cheaper. I hear it's about like 3 times more expensive now than it was back then. And who knows how much more culty. Nexium, but that's a whole other... I mean, Landmark is... For a cult-like organization, it's pretty benign from what I've seen, unless you really get deep into it and make it your whole life, which obviously that's what they want to do. I mean, I did the weekend of Landmark Forum, and then they're like on the first break, they say, oh no, oh God, that must have been a pain in the ass coming to your bar with that. On the first break, they said, well, on this break, call your family and tell them how awesome it is at Landmark. And I'm like, blow me. No, I'm not calling people after 2 hours. Yeah, I hope you ruin their progress. But, obviously there are things in Landmark, there are even things in Scientology, believe it or not, that actually do work. And I am not going to explain soaking here, but you guys in the comments, feel free to have a parallel symposium on the joys of soaking. There is always Google, but, we wouldn't want you to leave here to go Googling around. So anyway, after a 2-day Landmark forum, or maybe it was Friday night and Saturday, Sunday, I can't remember, but anyway, it was, very MLM. They were like, next Wednesday, we want you to come to your graduation. Okay, I didn't go to my college graduation. I didn't go to my grad school graduation. They want me to come to a graduation for a 2-day weekend seminar and bring my family? I don't think so. Like, it smelled of programming. And it was all that. It was the love bombing. And the thing with the love bombing is... exactly. No need to keep explaining it over and over. It can be found in the comments. Trust that. Nobody's lying. Oh, they keep raising the volume. It's so funny. So no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and I'm going to make a video by here, and then but it's not going to be a live stream, and then they won't know that. Well, now they will, because I said it publicly, but who gives a shit? They won't know when I'm doing which. And then I will upload it, but not public. You can upload it so that it's just there, whatever. And then you let it sit for 2 hours, and the copyright stuff will come up, I guess. And it'll say, it'll give you a chance to get rid of it. I know. I mean, it just shows their weakness. It's like, do I really give a shit if I'm standing down the street or whatever? I mean, if there were Scientologists coming, if there was anything going on for me to go and do some interpolation work, then I would just mute this, or I would shut off the live stream and I'd tell you guys, yeah, I'm gonna keep look out for the continuation as a regular video or whatever. I'm not really taking a bunch of chances with that. But the thing is, if I'm standing this far away, where they got to play it so the neighbors start hearing it, good. Please piss off your neighbors, Scientology. Because people in LA can be a little wild when they get pissed off. I lived in New York, and everybody thinks New York is so crazy, but people are very aware that of the dangers in pissing somebody off in New York. And so people are careful, but people are not that careful here. And there's a lot of unhingedness. Yeah, I'm sure you really want to know that song, the worst song you've ever heard. Look, just make up any song in your head and it'll be better than that. It will absolutely be better than that. And I think what I need to do is I need to make my Scientology songs on AI. Yeah, exactly. And then play those. If I can play them in the background, I don't know. There's technical issues that I don't really know about, but maybe I could be playing my anti-Scientology song, just so it's kind of like a little background thing for you guys, and then it's going to drown them out. But I don't need no copyright strikes. I don't want to deal with that crap. I don't want any limitations on me. But so apparently Diane and Ventura is still getting the emails from Scientology, which is a massive flunk for Scientology. Flunk, start again, or start over, what do you say? But it's very weird, yes. Yeah, well, they put the music on to make us get copyright strikes. But the whole thing is flunk and then what? Start? Is that what you say next when you start over? Do you say start over, or do you just say flunk start? I forgot. Got to get the words right here. So, is it restart? Okay. Yeah. Flunk restart or start. Okay, whatever. But anyway, this is a flunk because if it's, yeah, we stand tall. Yeah, that is a good one. Flunk, okay. Start, right. So yeah, it's like, so anyway, I mean, the power of the love bombing is major, because if you think that, you kind of, like I said, they always get you at your low point, and then you come into this place and everybody's giving you love. Everybody's giving you positive affirmations. And then you say pass. Okay, right, if they pass. Oh yeah, that neurotology is amazing. I actually put it on my YouTube channel as like stuff from other people. There's a link or whatever. Yeah. It's one of the best things ever. I love that stuff. So yeah, if you think, and just like a relationship, if you think, oh my God, this person loves me more than anybody's ever loved me before. This is so amazing. I can't believe it, you know. And then what they do, once they got you hooked, it's the devaluation stage. So it's the love bombing stage, then it's the devaluation stage. But the devaluation can go on forever, right? That's just the relationship stage. The devaluation stage is when you're in Scientology and they're treating you like shit, but they're giving you the opportunity to not be treated like shit by doing what they tell you to do. Then you're not treated so much like shit. I did not catch that. I believe we're gonna DOA and I are doing a little interview tomorrow evening. So I don't know if it's 100% confirmed yet, but yeah. So hopefully that'll be happening tomorrow. So yeah, it's like somebody brings you in with this idea, with this feeling of belonging, this feeling of, I've never met somebody like this. I've never been in a group like this. These are my people, or this is my person. Either way, it could be in a group situation, or it could be in a one-on-one romantic relationship kind of situation. And so then can you imagine these people that their job is to sit in there and watch for us to come and then turn the music on? That must be a very empowering career choice, don't you think? And here's another potential property for Scientology. I think it would be good for their onward ho expansion process. So then, when they're devaluing you, that's when they can twist your arm. And yeah, it's all that soaking talk got me all excited. Now I got to talk about something with love in the title. I mean, come on. No, what's happening in Vegas with Scientology is being broadcast to the entire world in real time, so that's very exciting. And oh my God, a Super Bowl protest. What was he protesting at the Super Bowl? That there should be no Super Bowls or something? That's an interesting one. Or was he protesting Scientology at the Super Bowl? Phallic glove? Oh yeah. They what's it called? The is it required? What was that thing that they used to advertise all the time? That kind of like a phallic glove. No, it wasn't a phallic glove. It was a vaginal tube thing. What the hell was that called? I was like, yeah, you really want to be getting that in the mail, But anyway, so the thing is, what they do is, no, they have an org there. I believe they have a celebrity center in Vegas too. I have a friend that went by there. He said it was very fancy looking. Yeah, they pussy pocket. No, that wasn't the thing that it was called, but oh, don't say it. Okay, yeah, well, whatever. But it's so they control you by, like any narcissistic relationship, they give you some amazing experience that you feel like you've never had before, like you belong in a way that you've never belonged before. Let's see if we can get through the gauntlet of the sound. And so they get you in this thing of like, I've never had this experience. I'm so in love. I belong so much, whatever. And then if you kind of have any opinions that might not be authorized, well, then they just say, actually, you're going to have to leave if you don't shape up with this attitude of yours, because you're breaking all the sacred covenants of everything that's holy. Now, that could be in a relationship with a narcissist, and they would say, well, you said you love me no matter what, and now that I did XYZ to you, now you change just for that little thing. And that's where the gaslighting comes in. And gaslighting is a major part of Scientology as well. The gaslighting is basically like, you didn't see what you saw, or you ask them about Xenu and they're like, where did you hear that crazy thing, right? And then let's say you go all the way through, and then you get to OT3, and you find out, yes, actually, the Xenu thing was true the whole time. And then you say, what the hell? You told me it was a lie. You told me it was ridiculous. You made out like... And you know what they're going to say? We did that for your own good. Because if you learn about Xenu before you are spiritually ready, then you will get pneumonia and you will die, and we want to protect you. Okay, where's my pneumonia? Where is my pneumonia? I know about Xenu. I'm spreading pneumonia across the internet. Hey, the cops. Yay, cops. Can you see that I am not breaking any laws? Okay. That when they call you and say that I'm scary, 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 that you could say, I don't know, it didn't look that scary to me. So, yeah. The cops are ever so eager to run to the defense of Scientology all by myself. Pneumonia. And so the thing is, no matter what they lie about, and the ideology is something like the highest good for the highest number of dynamics, something like that. I might be saying it a little off, I don't know, but basically, you know, they have the 8 dynamics, and always, so anything that you do that helps things along for Scientology or whatever, these are things that are considered positive no matter what you do, right? If the greatest good, yeah. And they, so, you know, if I lie or whatever, hey, what's the problem? You know, why are you bothering me about that? And so, but the thing is, remember, Scientology is about always attack, never defend. So if you say to Scientology, why did you lie to me? They're not going to defend the lie that much. They're just going to say, why are you accusing me of lying to you? Or something. They're going to gaslight you. They're never going to defend themselves with science, with information, with actual facts, right, they're going to just turn it around on you. Like, what's your issue? Yeah, a lot of people make that mistake. Would I date a pretty and smart Scientologist? Add rich. And add open to the special SP service that I provide. Beautiful, rich Scientology girls. Hey, I'm not, no matter what Scientology says, I'm not a religious bigot by any means. I have been many religions, so, it's just about time to find another one. It won't be this one. What the hell? Bleach? No, that's kind of one of the most deadliest things that you could possibly drink. Not recommended. Oh, please like and subscribe if you haven't. I would really appreciate it. And please subscribe to all the other channels doing this work. It's really important to get us all out there, and, so that random people in the world that aren't into this subject can find us anyway and start getting into the subject. That would be fun. That would be nice. Yeah, so anytime you watch any of these, please like and subscribe to whatever channel it is. That's what I do. Because we need to get the word out. You were in the clear with one shot. I guess one shot isn't going to really do it. It must have burned your throat going down, though. That must have been nasty. Do they tell you, like, drink a bunch of water after? And is it one of those things where you shouldn't make yourself... Oh, let's not talk. I'm going to get gross. I come from a medical family where gross things are discussed at the dinner table with no queasy stomachs. And sometimes I got to remember every now and then, like, not to ask the gross medical questions, because normal people don't necessarily relate to that very much, as opposed to my abnormal self. So yeah, these people, when we understand the level of insecurity that most people are dealing with, and then you put on top of that a thing of, being at your lowest point for whatever reason, for whatever has gone on in your life, and then you happen to stumble into Scientology, and they find your ruin. That is their aim. That is the whole point of the process, is to find your ruin, find that one horrible thing in your life, and then promise that they can fix it, and they're the only ones that can fix it. And so, and then they bring you in, and they're so excited that you found Scientology. They're so excited to have you on board. Oh my God, this is going to be amazing. And you're like, wow, I've never been so welcomed by anybody. That's why cults work. It's like when you give somebody all the love like that, especially when they're at the lowest point, then, they go into a state of gratitude, and they get loyal. And then you have them make certain agreements with you, just like in any sales process. Like, oh, you looking to buy a car today, huh? And you're like, yeah. But if you say no, they say, then why are you here? And they get rid of you. And that makes you say, well, I'm kind of looking. And, okay, well, look, I don't really want to deal with anybody that's not really looking to buy a car today. So, if you're not looking to buy a car, why don't you come back when you are? And they're like, no, actually, I am looking to buy a car, right? So then in the end, when you say, I'm going to go home and think about it, and they say, you said you were looking to buy a car today. Well, Scientology gets you in little agreements like that. So since they've love bombed you, and you've agreed to certain things, like they say, well, do you think Scientology will be able to help you? And that, no, I was not a member, but I know a lot about it. I know a lot of people who's been in it, and it's and I've been a fan of streams like this, shows like this, all the anti-Scientology stuff ever since the anonymous days, and maybe before that even. I did a Scientology test. I did 2 Scientology personality tests in the 80s overseas, and the first time I didn't know what the hell it was. I'd seen the Dianetics commercials, and then everything is, we can help you with that. It doesn't matter what it is. Like I shared a few times lately, a friend of mine had a daughter in the hospital, Children's Hospital over by Big Blue, and another woman with a dying daughter in Children's Hospital was victimized by Scientology, and they said, we can save your kid. And when the kid died, Scientology said, well, you didn't join quick enough. That's why your kid died. Okay, so that's who we're talking about here. That's who we're dealing with here. And I'd say that goes like a few levels beyond mere gaslighting. I guess it's technically gaslighting, but I'd say it's way worse than gaslighting. It's very disgusting, I agree. And it's the kind of thing that they will do without blinking an eye. Because to them, it's like, well, if anything's going to help that kid, it's Scientology. If Scientology can't help, nothing was going to help. So, but anyway, it's going to be better for the mom if she's in Scientology, because then she can heal once her kid dies. And, BS, 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 on and on and on, justifying everything, fill in the blanks. That's what they do. And every time I feel like, what the hell? I'm going to go out there and stand on the street like a lunatic talking into a phone holding this damn stick, this gimbal thing. And why am I doing this again? And then I hear another story like that. I'm like totally motivated all over again. No, they don't respect human life. They don't respect anything, really. They respect Scientology. And, it's the kind of thing where it's a fear-based deal. They're all in the trap. And yes, it's completely deranged. And these people are deranged. And, they're in this weird trap. And hypnotized by a dead man. Yeah. And so, but it's also like, oh, good, nice. People have actually seen my shift videos. That's good. I'm not always running with the whole crowd, and so some things don't get seen, but you guys have permission to send my stuff on to anybody you want to. Not a problem. But yeah, I think it's great too. Thank you. So Hey, thanks, Keith. Very nice having you here. So yeah, you keep hearing these stories of some more crap that goes down in Scientology. And for me, it just gets me motivated all over again. It's kind of changed my life to get into this. I've never been the activist type, and being at a huge protest has never been my thing. But dismantling Scientology has been my thing for almost 20 years, between 15 and 20. And then when I saw there was a whole group of people into it, what about the parents, though? Well, the thing is, the reason they can keep their children in there is because they bought into it. And the thing that you have to understand is, like, anything Scientology wants you to do, and then you refuse to do it, you're taking a risk of being kicked out of Scientology. And if you're kicked out of Scientology, then you lose a lot. Because from day one, Scientology's training you to get rid of all the SPs in your life. And they're training you how to spot an SP. And so what happens after you've been in Scientology for a while is that your entire life is dominated by Scientology. And then they tell you something like, these Sea Org kids are really happy. They have a purpose in life. They like being treated as adults. And a lot of times that's actually true. And they're not all, undergoing the worst treatment. Most of them are, but not all. And so, oh yeah, they work like crazy. And they don't even acknowledge childhood as a thing. So it's a horrible deal. Kids as young as 7 can get audited. Yeah, and then some kids are auditing adults about their sex life and stuff. So, yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. But the thing is, to tell them no, it's almost like it's like talking down an armed robber or something and telling them you got no money. Good luck. It's like when you defy Scientology, and it's not like they're going to just call you an SP and kick you out right away. What they're going to do is they're going to call you PTS. They're going to say, we need to find the SP in your world. And then maybe, then they're going to you're going to end up doing a whole inventory of everybody in your world on the e-meter or something. And then they're going to be like, and then they're going to find out who you need to disconnect from. Because if you're not going along with the program, right, they're going to find your crimes or whoever else's crimes are influencing you. And then they are going to make you pay a lot of money for sec checking and go through, and basically start a whole new round of disconnection in your life. So, the whole point is, they're in charge. They're going to tell you what to do. You're not going to tell them what to do. And any time that you have your own thought, exactly. then that's going to be a big problem. And that's going to be a sign that you're really not very committed to the whole thing. And you must be punished. You must be sec-checked. And so it's a mess. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here and head back into the big city, away from suburbia here. And but I'll be back real soon. And thanks so much for coming. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. May Xenu be with you, and prosperity and happiness and fading Scientology signs. Goodbye.